Assistant team managers Ronald Nulud and Raymond Ibarra.
Starting five is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. The visiting Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards will start the game with JC and JV Marcelino, Will Macaloni, Rob Celis, and Toto Villarreal. Pampanga, the two-time defending champions, will have Andre Armenion, Renz Alcoriza, Larry Muyang, Jamo Igilos, and the Royal Bazooka, Archie Concepcion, the two-time champion. And what a grand occasion for a homecoming. First game at home, taking on the only unbeaten team in the MPBL in Nueva Ecija and the owner of the last championship before the back-to-back.
You're right. And both teams staking their immaculate records here today. Of course, Nueva Ecija, you mentioned already, the only unbeaten team here this season, and the Pampanga Giant Lanterns staking their unbeaten record here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center.
Archie Concepcion answers the three from Toto Villarreal, and we're off to a terrific start here. JC Marcelino, how big will he be in this matchup, which could, you know, be another matchup down the road late in the season.
You're right. This could be a preview of the North Division Finals down the road in the postseason.
Delikado yung mga sinasabi mo, Mr. Palania. Nanonood ng Abra, nanonood ng Caloocan,
I know.
nanonood ng San Juan, nanonood
Maraming
ng
nanonood sa North.
Lahat nanonood.
I am very well aware of the tight competition in the Northern Division. I'm not saying it will be, I'm just saying it could be a preview.
5-2. Lars Muyang up against Will Macaloni. And that's a bucket and a half para dito sa Pampanga, because how Larry Muyang was able to manufacture this and the response from the crowd. Alam mo, they're all pumped up for this matchup.
It's already June, Sedel, but as you mentioned yesterday, we will be expecting fireworks tonight, and we're seeing it early on here. Explosive start from both squads.
This is actually the first game for Larry Muyang here at home.
You're right.
JC Marcelino up against Renz Alcoriza. Marcelino on attack mode early. Armenion with the rebound. They go to Archie Concepcion. Archie goes downhill. Archie puts it in. Plus the foul. Archie Concepcion. No smile at all from Archie Concepcion. This is the fast break of the game, brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker. Everyday karaoke. Archie Concepcion with 4 quick ones here to start the game.
Big-time players love the big-time moments, and Archie Concepcion, you said no emotion after that shot. He is definitely locked in. The Royal Bazooka knows the magnitude of this game.
7-5. Pampanga. Robbie Celis, who's come up big down the stretch in some very close games for Nueva Ecija this season. Robbie up against Larry Muyang, the double cross, the stop, the turnaround, no good. Aguilo secures the rebound. Muyang, Alcoriza is open, a corner three. No, and Robbie Celis secures the board. Celis, binigay kay JV Marcelino, a lot of grabbing there, no call. Robbie. JV with a runner. That's off the mark. A little shaky there, a couple of occasions para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
But that was the only option that was open para sa Nueva Ecija. And here comes JC Marcelino. The top team in terms of forcing turnovers this season. They averaged 19.2 points in converting turnovers this season. Ito Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, that's #1 in the league.
Muyang drives and scores.
Larry Muyang may not be Justin Baltazar, but he is definitely a big-time player on his own.
9-7. Villarreal misses the three. He was asking for a foul, hindi binigay. Andre Armenion serving his options. Swings it over to Alcoriza, got the step and the finish. Gary kay Renz Alcoriza, Pampanga looking very sharp in the early goings here of this matchup against Nueva Ecija.
And what about Renz Alcoriza this season, Sidel? He has really come into his own.
JV misses the three, rebound nakuha ni Jmo Igilos.
A couple of misses from JV Marcelino. The past few possessions para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
It's a full house dito sa Brenzigao Convention Center. Igilos, free throw line jumper. That doesn't work, and that's last touch on Larry Muyang. Malitan na tao agad, JV Marcelino replaced by Billy Ray Robles. This is the play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Barely avoiding a traveling call there.
Exactly. A little variation of the Pinoy step with a little hop step there para kay Renz Alcoriza.
Macaloni is fouled by Jmo Igilos.
Now, many people forget because of the stellar performances of JC Marcelino, of Robbie Celis, Byron Villarreal. Many people forget that Will Macaloni is still one of the top guns of this team.
Well, and unti-unti na rin nakakabalik itong form si Will Macaloni as we thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. He's coming back to form. Was Bon Cuevas there? I think Governor Dennis Delta Pineda, the head coach of the last two championships, is in the building as well.
I'm sure he will not miss this.
Oo naman. Siyempre, 11-9. Doon siya kasama si Coach Pedic Di Matulak, Armenion. Binigay kay Alcoriza. That's a foul on JC Marcelino right on the neck.
Now, it's interesting to find out here how Renz Alcoriza can really match up against the Marcelino twins and the bevy of wings that Nueva Ecija has.
Coach Governor Dennis Delta Pineda. Archie Concepcion fires a three. That won't work. Nakuha ni Toto Villarreal ang rebound. 11-9 is the count. Almost halfway through this first period. Nabitawan ni Billy Robles. Armenion does not have the numbers. He waits for Larry Muyang. Lars pulls up. Yes, sir! Larry Muyang is off to a fine start. The double-double machine of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. He's given them a 14-9 advantage, and this is also our three-point shot of the game, brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Great patience there being shown by Armenion to wait for Muyang.
A big man trailing the play and taking the transition three. Larry Muyang, this game in particular is a nice way for him to reintroduce himself to his fellow Kapampangans.
Start of the season, he openly talked about his struggle with confidence. He admits it's been an internal battle that only he can overcome. But after their loss to Caloocan, he went up to his longtime coach, Coach Pedic Di Matulak, asked him for some advice, and Coach Pedic simply said, "This is your team now." Actually, it has always been your team, but more than ever, it's your responsibility and even privilege to lead this powerhouse squad. His teammates need him, yan ang sabi ni Coach Pedic, kaya wag daw siyang magugulat kung may mga sitwasyon sa loob ng court na sa kanya tumitingin ang kanyang teammates. Pressure is privilege, right, Sidel Fabi?
Absolutely, and nakita natin yan kay Archie Concepcion, and he's, I think it must have been probably around the 5th or 6th game of the season where the demeanor changed, because right at the start, yung frustration niya evident, Avi. Nakita mo na there was an internal struggle. And then this guy, I've known him for, while he was been playing here, and gotten to talk to him several times, and he's a very open book.
Oh, yeah.
Kung ano siya in the way he conducts himself on and off the court, ganun siya. Alam mo, what you see is what you get with Archie Concepcion. And alam niya na pag anong nakita ng mga kakampi niya, it has an effect to the rest of the team.
It's nice to see that he's embraced that role right now. Before kasi he's just required to perform well on the court. Pero now he has to be more of a vocal leader to his teammates because sabi nga kanina sa report ni Sid that his teammates look up to him. This is his team right now more than ever, and that's why Archie Concepcion, you can see him, he's trying to lead by example and also be that vocal leader for his teammates.
And this is the adjustment being made here by Coach Don Dulay, putting Billy Robles on Archie Concepcion. Kanina si Toto yan. Arminion gets in the lane. He's blocked by JC Marcelino. Rice Vanguards with a chance to take the lead here. JC. Binigay kay Toto. Now with Robbie Celis against GP Paundo. Robbie drives, spins, gets bumped, and puts it in. Robbie Celis, a wide array of moves before putting the ball on the hoop.
Having one of his finest, if not the finest season of his MPBL career this year, ito si Robbie Celis.
Archie with 10 seconds to work with. Concepcion got the step. Just really tough to stay in front of Archie Concepcion when he goes downhill.
See this move here though by Robbie Celis. You see him go one way. He's so good with that, and he makes good use of the pivot foot.
Oh, and definitely reacquainting himself with GP Paundo, whom he played with in Bataan many seasons ago. So Archie Concepcion is at the line. 5 points so far para kay Royal Bazooka. Archie Concepcion. Pretty sure Enzo Serrano and Justin Baltasar, MJ Garcia, and Kurt Rayson and Brandon Ramirez even are locked in to this game.
I'm sure.
Kung wala silang laro sa ibang liga.
I'm sure they're very proud to see Archie Concepcion really coming into his own, especially at this point of the season.
Robbie Celis. That's an offensive foul.
Warding off with the offhand clearly. And there you see Archie Concepcion forcing that turnover on Robbie Celis. He stayed with him on that push dribble by Robbie.
Yeah, and that's off the missed free throw as well. Christian Manaytay and Jammer Hamito. I can't call them backups because they are certainly good enough to start for any other team here in this league.
And this NUEVA ECIJA team just super loaded. Their depth is incredible in all positions.
And Raymond Benuya, the homegrown star. A foul away from the ball. That's on JC Marcelino.
Now, one guy who I'm also very happy for, ito si Raymond Benuya. He has risen and embraced added responsibility. He's been patient the past few years, and okay lang sa kanya to take a step back to his peers the past few seasons. But now that guys like Enzo and MJ Garcia have moved on, Raymond Benuya has become one of the main point guards of this Pampanga team.
And GP Paundo gets the free throw to drop. Nasa penalty ng NUEVA ECIJA with 2:58 remaining in the first period. But here's where it gets tricky for Pampanga. As soon as Larry Muyang and Archie Concepcion leave the floor, will they have enough to match up with NUEVA ECIJA's depth?
You're right. That bench has still been in a lot of question so far this season. They have relied heavily on those starters.
Here's Manaytay, runs into De Leon. The drop pass to Jammer, who misses. And a rebound collected by Jean-Lloyd Clemente.
I think Clemente is one guy who should have more production para sa Pampanga.
JLC, short on the three. Benuya flying in. And it's off Costello. Donald Gumaro relieving Archie Concepcion here. So it's Binuya, Gumaro, De Leon, Clemente, and Faundo. And Matt De Leon has hardly seen action this season. He's coming in because Lalata, I think, was hurt yesterday in practice, and Donald Gumaro providing some instant offense with that baseline jumper.
We were talking about how the bench has been in question this season para sa Pampanga. One guy who I think has been good a number of times this season in games para sa Pampanga is Don Gumaro.
GP Faundo played Hamito very well up until the last moment.
He really has that tendency, no? Ito si GP Faundo, but you see here a little step back on the baseline by Don Gumaro, prolific scorer off the bench para sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
And Jammer misses. Had a brief stint here, I believe.
With Pampanga, yes.
Si Jammer Hamito. 18-15. Giant Lanterns in the lead. 4 of 5 from the line ng Nueva Ecija. Make that 5 of 6.
Two Spitfire guards, Binuya and Ryan Costello. And Costello has greatly benefited from the departure of JC Cuellar.
And that was a big loss though. To see JC Cuellar.
But we're very happy for him. But by the way, we condolences to JC. His father passed away just a few days ago.
Oh wow. So, prayers up para sa Cuellar family. 1 of 2 for Raymond Binuya. 19-16. Both teams just trading blows early on. Wala pang nakaka-run dito ng mabigat. Costello to Manaytay. Open 3. That's an air ball.
That's a missed shot, but Manaytay has been known to hit shots from the outside, especially in those pick and pop situations and off those dribble handoffs.
Matt De Leon. Don Gumaro. They go to Binuya. Faundo with the pick. Could not shake off Costello. The steal by Manaytay and the finish from Christian Manaytay. That's his first basket of the game as Nueva Ecija goes to within 1.
That's why Nueva Ecija has been such a problem, because even their big men are so mobile and they play the passing lanes as well.
Matt De Leon and the tip-in galing kay Faundo off that De Leon miss.
Diyan mo talaga maaasahan si GP. He's very good timing those putbacks.
Former MVP John Wilson pulls the trigger off the glass. Oh my, we're tied at 21.
How unfair is it to have 2 former MVPs on your squad?
Hirap.
It's crazy.
And then 2 all MPBL selections as well.
You're right. It's nice because John Wilson, you know, he doesn't have that ego or that entitlement that because he's a former MVP, that he wants the ball most of the time. He's embraced his role as a guy who mainly comes off the bench para sa Nueva Ecija this season.
Alam niya yung role niya dito. Alam niya kung paano siya makakatulong sa team na to. John Wilson. Heartbreaking finish for him as boss A.G. Gonzalez and the Pampanga Giant Lanterns dealt them an exit in the semifinals of the North Division playoffs last year. Basta Nueva Ecija at Pampanga, malalim ang rivalry na yan. Central Luzon teams here. And that's a foul. Ano lang, baseline lang.
Costello's asking for a shooting foul.
Hindi binigay.
He wasn't in the motion yet.
Manaytay to inbound, bigay kay Ryan. 8.3 remaining. Wilson back to Costello. The extra pass, Manaytay, tough angle, travel.
I love the ball movement there, but Costello was a tad bit too unselfish there. could have taken the shot already.
And look at the leaders of this Nueva Ecija team. Robbie Celis and Will Macaloni standing up as Pampanga.
23 to 21. Tikit tayo dito. Could include that, no?
Yes, yes.
Sa game experience natin.
Home record 16-0 in 2024, 2023, 20-0. It's Nick on the Nueva Ecija side. So kayo na bahala kung paano nyo i-interpret yan.
We're not saying anything.
We're not saying anything. Basta dun siya sa kabila na bench. But it's good to see Nick though here because last time I saw him was in playing in the MPBL was with Bacoor in that season 3.
You're right, yeah.
And immediately, grabe yun. Puro tank kay Nick Demosis ang ginawa nun. JLC misses. May iba nakuha ni John Wilson.
Well, Nick's contract with Rainer Shine just expired.
Okay,
So-
yeah. We've seen the news, Mr. Palanya. We're up to date. Jammer looking for a way through. Goes to Costello. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Umatras si Ryan. Crossover. Uses the Jammer pick. Three-pointer won't go. Hamito tracks down the miss but could not handle the rebound. Bola ng Pampanga. Gets very interesting because we are approaching June, the middle of June, and last season, the middle of June was actually our window. We have no announcement yet. We don't want to preempt anything. Basta window last year, June 12 to June 30. Mga kaibigan,
So abangan nyo na lang.
abangan nyo na lang kung meron niya. Robles drives. And hindi niya natapos pero may 2 free throws para kay Billy Robles. And this is where it gets tricky when you play Nueva Ecija. You can play 2-3 guards, okay, against other teams. But against Nueva Ecija, I don't think you can because Billy Robles slides into the 3 and it's immediately a big size advantage para sa kanila.
This guy can play 2 to 5. Ito si Billy Ray Robles. That's why they call him the Ilonggo Superman.
His free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
And that was good recognition by Costello, seeing that it was only Gumaru that was defending Billy Ray Robles and they had him on the block right away, went to him on that mismatch.
CJ Delfino, crowd favorite from Lubao, Pampanga, is in the game. Lars Muyang again. It's nice to see that everything seems okay again if Lars Muyang is on the floor para sa Pampanga.
He really brings that assurance that this Pampanga offense, kung wala silang mapuntahan, they can go to Larry Muyang and he for sure can manufacture some points even by himself.
Delfino, the in and out, the spin, the kick out. Muyang for 3. No, Clemente trying to tip that in.
Could have brought it down first.
Oh, in and out dribble. Robles bumps Muyang, no call. Delfino has it. CJ will fire. Foul whistled against Jamo Igilos.
He got a little too overconfident there. Ito si CJ Delfino.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Larry Muyang is showing us the whole arsenal in this game. Inside, outside, post presence, off the bounce.
Ang maganda dito, the minutes of Donald Gumaro while he was on the floor, at least lamang pa rin ang Pampanga. Pagbalik ni Archie Concepcion, 25 to 22.
He really provided some good presence, especially at that two-guard position para sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns, hitting some shots and also playing some good defense.
Ayaay is in the game for the first time for Nueva Ecija. MJ drives, drops it off. Hamito's push shot is good.
Billy Ray Robles sits down. Who comes in? MJ Ayaay. Almost the same type of player, very versatile, can hit you with so many ways.
Delfino, Coach Don Dulay wanted to travel. Muyang, quick spin, reverse, no good. Manaytay with a rebound. Nueva Ecija running, and Manaytay throws the ball away. Pass behind Ryan Costello.
A lot of frustration right there on Ryan Costello.
Will Macaloni returns for Jammer Hamito. 1-point game. Delfino. Matt De Leon. JLC on the handoff. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Clemente to De Leon. Delfino now. 5. Archie. 2 seconds. Concepcion. For a way through. Archie falls down. No good. He beats the shot clock. Muyang. No look pass. JLC in the lane. No! Sayang yun.
Everything but the shot there para sa Pampanga. I didn't know Larry Muyang could pass like that.
Yeah. He's got some court savvy. Larry Muyang.
He can be a finesse player, but he can also mix it up inside.
Oo, may konting flamboyance dito eh. Mahilig kasi sa mga ibon to eh.
Oo nga. Nagbe-breed siya ng kalapati ba?
Oo. Sa mahilig sa mga ibon yan, Larry Muyang. 25-24. 6-minute mark ng ating second quarter. Ayaay Celis drives and gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up. Matt De Leon whistled for the personal.
I like that quick rip from Robbie Celis. As he met that basketball, he knew that he had the speed advantage against Matt De Leon. Di niya na inantay. He didn't stop. Went on that move right away and drew that foul.
Robbie misses the first free throw. He's been clutch this season.
Oh, yeah.
Bailed out Nueva Ecija in so many games, including that one in Pangasinan in overtime. Also took charge against San Juan.
That San Juan game, my goodness. Talagang napapatayo ako sa silya ko noon nanonood ako eh.
Grabe yun. Delfino loses his footing, travel on CJ. This is another moment para kay CJ Delfino na
a blessing of fire para sa kanya in this heated rivalry.
Mag-ano talaga, no? Mag-mature as a player. This was the travel call on CJ Delfino. Oh, nadulas siya. Wala na palang floor doon. Masyado siyang nag-elevate eh. So, nonetheless, we're tied. Pampanga's next 3 games, they go up against Rizal dito sa Brenzigiao Convention Center on June 10. June 18 is a clash with the Binyan Tatak Gel. And on June 24, against the Cebu Classic. The more impressive part of this winning streak of Nueva Ecija actually have is that they've owned victories against San Juan and Pangasinan.
You're right.
And Caloocan.
You're right.
As well.
Formidable squads in the Northern Division. That's why I can't wait to see that Nueva Ecija Abra game. That is definitely going to be one for the books for sure. After this game, Nueva Pampanga, Nueva Abra, that's going to be something that you should mark on your calendars.
Pampanga Abra as well. Ang dami actually.
Dami.
Oo.
It's nice to know that as the years go by, dumadami na yung mga inaabangan ng mga laro.
Oh, definitely. We're tied at 25. Pampanga already over the limit here in the second quarter.
Now, Nueva Ecija, only one team foul so far here.
Renz Palma has returned sa lineup ng Pampanga. He missed the last game against Pasay. Coach Pedic will use a timeout again here.
Says they wanted a different kind of system this season. Well, Coach Don thinks they have a different aura that is a threat to many people here in our league. They may not be the answers to Larry Muyang in the post, but what they bring is just as valuable. Speed, smart decision-making, and of course, pure grit. JC started this game, pero sabi niya medyo masakit pa rin talaga ang kanyang ankle, lalo na pag malakas yung bagsak Hindi pa daw siya 100% pero kailangan na niyang ilaban to. Coach Don emphasized the importance of his presence, especially in the wings. Del Fabi?
Maraming salamat, Sid. And, you know, anytime you pick up sa off-season ng isang former MVP in JC Marcelino, definitely an asset para sa koponan mo. And it's really a little bit of everything. Kung makukuha mo sila, lalo na pagkasabay niya pa si JV. It's not in the front line kung saan nagkukulang actually ang Nueva Ecija. It was more of getting more athletic, getting more speed, as we've seen in the previous seasons.
Yeah, because previous years, as we see Mr. and Mrs. Boncuevas there, as we've seen in the previous years, Nueva Ecija, we've known them to be a team that likes to dump it down into the post a lot. Will Macoloni, and then they had Michael Mabulak. This team, so much more dynamic offensively, but the defensive intensity that we've come to know from them has stayed.
But an offensive foul on Archie Concepcion here. I thought he baited Ayay into a foul, but it goes the other way.
Yeah, apparently that foul went against him.
Arminion returns para kay CJ Delfino. Robbie drives right, stops. Will Mac, bigay kay John Wilson. Too close. Renz Palma, foul.
I think also, more than having the Marcelino twins, also the addition of Robbie Celis to this team to pair alongside Will Macoloni has really helped them a lot.
Well, that started when Coach Don Dulay took over this team last year. You see Robbie Celis, he brought along his score from previous seasons in Makati, from the previous season in Makati. Get a special deal from 1xBet, scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And the core from Davao, the remnant of that team is actually Billy Robles sa team na yun.
Yeah, these are guys who have already won a championship.
And Kenneth Mocon as well.
Yeah.
From Davao. Faundo puts it in as Ayay fell. 5 points para kay GP Faundo. Pampanga regains the lead.
A good patient move right there by GP Faundo.
Wilson. Robbie Celis takes the handoff. Macoloni and Muyang fighting for position, but look at Robbie fly in. 5 points para kay Rob Celis.
That's just the court smarts of Robbie Celis. He knew that Macoloni was trying to carve out some space, and he used that to his advantage, making a driving lane for himself.
Renz Palma misses the three, a push on Robbie.
Yep. Well, they're complaining because it was the referee on the other side that called the foul and not the referee who was directly in front of the play.
That's Cruise Chief Haley D'Amico who whistled the foul. And hindi lang Archie Concepcion draws the foul on the drive. This is pretty much a you can say medyo neophyte itong crew natin with regards to
these kinds of games,
to some big games, because we usually this is a different yung guys sinasabi natin. Haley D'Amico and Jing Tagiam, Marlon Rentoria and Ariel Arce aren't usually the referees who call these type of games. Archie Concepcion had 18 points. More importantly, 8 assists in that game against Pasay.
We know he could score, but he's really developed that ability to be a decoy most times.
Gusto ko yung game na yun for Archie, because what was needed from him, ginawa niya.
Mismo. And that is the mark of a true leader. That is the mark of a great player.
JV Marcelino scoring on the back door. Arminion, the turnaround shot. No bounce. Rebound fought for. Nakuha ni Robbie Celis. Takbo ang Nueva Ecija. Aya is the trailer. And he scores on the layup. But Robbie Celis gets hurt. As nadaganan siya doon ni Archie Concepcion and Andre Arminion. Hopefully, they are okay. As Pampanga calls timeout. MJ Aya able to score on the break.
Oh, what an impressive shot. He even had to look down. This is
Center. Clash of champions. Nueva Ecija, Season 4 champions. Pampanga, Season 5 and Season 6 champions.
very fitting to have this game on a holiday, Sadaf.
Oh, definitely.
You're filled to the brim here inside the Brenzigao Convention Center. Oh my goodness.
Ganda ng galaw ni Archie Concepcion and a great play to free up that side para walang help.
When he goes one way, you gotta make sure that you come in between him before he makes that gather towards the basket. Because pag nakalapit na siya sa basket, there's no way stopping him.
Ganon din para kay JV Marcelino.
These guys, sorry, go ahead, Sadaf.
Yeah, 34-31, Avi. Ando na si Larry Muyang sa ilalim. Paundo is blocked by Marcelino. He's looking for a foul, none given. JV to MJ. Celis waiting.
Just fill this
Archie and JV right there.
No rim protection for both squads on both drives.
Now, Coach Pedic Di Matulak really digging deep. Joshua De La Cruz is now in the game. 6 points now para kay Robbie Celis. It would have been different if Chris Lalata was available for this one.
Yeah, for sure. De La Cruz hasn't really seen a lot of playing time this season, only averaging about 8 minutes per game and 3.2 points per contest. But he's a big guy, quite serviceable here, especially in this game na depleted ang kanilang front line.
Alcoriza relocates, fires the three, challenged by Marcelino. And it's Pampanga ball.
Coach Don will challenge this.
Or will they though?
Wala na sila timeout eh. Yeah, I don't think they have a timeout left.
Alcoriza gets it to Muyang. And it's Renz Alcoriza now. Arminion, 5 seconds to work with. They go down low. De La Cruz is fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. In short right now, Javi. Pampanga needs players to rise to the occasion because what we're seeing from Nueva Ecija, this is normal.
Yeah, total team effort.
Ano na to? This is a routine, some sort of systematic way of playing. Alam natin kung kanino manggagaling ang puntos. Alam natin kung paano makakuha ng puntos. But on the other side, Pampanga, they need a few others to step up. Coach Isa Santos there.
It's become so second nature to them na talagang natural na lang talagang ginagawa nila. And I'll go back to what I said earlier. I believe that John Lloyd Clemente is one of those guys who need to step up or ramp up his production here para sa Pampanga. He was brought into this team to score the basketball, and I think he needs to do more of that. He's only averaging 9.8 points per game, but I feel like he could do more, around maybe 11, 12 points per game.
Marcelino misses the layup. He was well challenged at the rim. And look at Marcelino, just a terrier. Naagaw pang bola, Macaloni. Big collision. Will Macaloni goes down. JV Marcelino goes down. And we have a foul on Larry Muyang.
That's a heavyweight matchup right there. The clash of titans. Muyang versus Macaloni. Very hard to turn the ball over here against Nueva Ecija because they do so well into converting it into points. 19.2 points off turnovers per game for Nueva Ecija this season. That's tops in the league.
One of the rare times that Will Macaloni, nakita ko nasaktan. Na parang ininda niya.
Usually he doesn't really show it.
Oo. 10 points and 7 rebounds per game para kay Will Macaloni. 5 points now. Governor Dennis Delta Pineda. He piloted the team to a championship and kasama ang Gonzalez family, Kongdong Gonzalez, Boss AG Gonzalez. United in that goal to bring a championship for Pampanga in the MPBL. They succeeded twice already.
And make no mistake about it, Sidel, they're going for the three-peat this year.
Archie Concepcion, a badly needed basket. 13 points for Archie Concepcion.
And then a short drought right there para sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
Jasper Ayaay, back to Archie, out to Robbie rather. Naagaw ni Archie, a foul though on Joshua De La Cruz. Nobody there para sumalo ng bola sa pag-save ni Archie.
But you see here, Concepcion draws Celis on the switch. Steps back for that three-point shot. Nice arc on that outside hit.
Ayaay. Is it just me or parang nagbago itong mechanics ng tira ni MJ Ayaay? Especially
Medyo,
with the lift doon sa kanyang tuhod. Yun, no? Parang may bagsak.
May hit siya, no?
There's 1 for 2, MJ Ayaay. 39-34, 15 seconds remaining. Palitan ng tao. Kenneth Mocon comes in for JC Marcelino. Raymond Binuya is also in. Archie Concepcion, Andre Emernion, Renz Alcoriza, and John Lloyd Clemente. So walang big man dito para sa Pampanga. They will go for the last shot of the first half. Archie, 3 seconds. Concepcion, Binuya, and that won't make it in time.
Archie took too long there, and when he stopped his dribble, he put Raymond in a...
MPBL until they lose it, but Pampanga now down by 5 as we enter halftime.